Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to change your quality of strike without changing your golf swing. One of the things that I see every day on the driving range when students come to me complaining about their swing is that there really isn't a swing problem. The problem is an address problem. They're aligning themselves incorrectly, they have wrong ball position, they have a wrong spine angle or posture, and they're not standing at the right distance away from the golf ball. But what is the right distance away from the golf ball? Well, it's a bit of a strange one, because if you look at the tour professionals, you'll actually see that they all stand a little bit differently as far as their distance from the balls. You will actually see some where the hands seem to be hanging vertically under their shoulders when they're addressing the golf ball, others that have the hands a little bit further away from them, more kind of under their necks, others again which are out there in front of their noses. Which then is correct? Which one should you be using? Well, it depends very much on the way that you swing a golf club. The more hip rotation and shoulder rotation you get, the further away you should be from the golf ball. Just simply to give you room to actually get the shoulder down, get the trail arm down before you extend through the ball. Obviously, if you are getting an early extension in here, you are going to have to be closer to the golf ball in order to get back to it. But it could also be the reason that you are early extending, because you're simply starting and giving yourself absolutely no room because you're stood too close to the ball. You've got to imagine that if you are standing too close to the golf ball and you want to get your trail shoulder down, then your trail elbow is going to get stuck. You have to have enough room in order to get it through and to the golf ball. And this all sounds very simple, but unfortunately your body is always looking for the place of least resistance, the place that feels the best. And if you actually do stand a bit further away from the ball, you're going to have that feeling of almost kind of losing a bit of the connect, of stretching out towards the ball a little bit. But if you look at a camera or a mirror down the line, you should actually see, I mean, that has a feeling of me kind of stretching away a little bit, that the actual distance between my thighs and my hands hasn't actually grown immensely. And if I take a vertical axis, then I'm hardly more than under my chin. This is again going to get even more intense the moment that I lengthen the golf club. As I said in a past video, if you're swinging a driver around your neck, you're swinging it at a flatter plane. And because of this flatter plane, the centrifugal forces are going to want to kind of pull the club away from you. So in order to get the driver back on the ball with the ball in the center of the driver, you're going to have to stand further away than maybe you would feel comfortable. Now, what I don't want to see are people kind of standing upright and holding their hands out like this. This is not going to be the answer. But on the other hand, what you should do is just make a bit of a test, either with a little bit of impact tape or something else, to actually show you when you're making a better strike on the golf ball. Again, take your address position, allow your arms to hang from your shoulders, and then just push them out a little bit. So you have the feeling that in the address position, your hands with your irons, I would say probably your mid irons, are more or less underneath your throat. If you're chipping, you want to get them a bit closer. We're not going to have as many centrifugal forces working on here. We're not going to need to get quite as deep as we go through the ball. Therefore, you might be able to bring the hands in more underneath the shoulders. Longer irons and hybrids, however, you want to be moving out towards your chin, even underneath your mouth if you're looking down. So we're only talking maybe a centimeter or so, half an inch further away, but it is a change. And once you're out there with the fairway woods, you are out there virtually underneath your nose. Finally, with the driver is going to be underneath your nose to underneath the brim of your cap, depending again on what kind of dynamics you're using. The more rotation you have in your upper body at the moment of impact, the deeper you get your trail shoulder at the moment of impact, the more room you're going to need, and therefore the further away you're going to have to stand from the golf ball in the address position. The less rotation you're capable of, the more that your arms are struggling to come through and therefore pulling into your body, the closer you're going to have to stand to the golf ball in order to hit it correctly. So really, there isn't a one fix for everybody, and unfortunately a lot of you are out there kind of looking for an instructor who will say, this is the way you have to do it, and he can't do that until he's actually seen you hit shots, until he knows the kind of swing that you have, until he knows the kind of distance that you then need to stand from the golf ball in order to get your swing and your golf club back onto the golf ball. Try it yourself with a little bit of kind of trial and error, standing consciously a little bit closer, consciously a little bit further away. Have a look where the impact is on the face, and then if you find that that is central, then you're probably not in a bad position. If you look then at your swing and you're tending into kind of early extension, that's a signal you're standing too close to the golf ball. Get yourself a little bit further away, give yourself a little bit more space. If you're tending to hit it in the toe, if you're tending to have a feeling of losing your balance in the golf swing, then it's possible you're standing a little bit too far away from the golf ball and you want to be getting a little bit closer to it. But as a kind of a rule of thumb, get your short wedges and chips and pitches with your hands more hanging under your shoulders. Get them for a normal mid-iron under your throat, out to your chin for your fairway woods, eventually your long hybrids, and it's up to your nose or even the brim of your cap when you've got a driver in your hand. Try it out. You'll find you're striking the golf ball better in no time whatsoever. Hope it helps you. If it does, hit the little like button. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, then please do that. If you would like to support the channel, then I have a group of wonderful patrons who are doing exactly that. I shall leave a banner below which you can click and therefore see where my patrons are actually subscribing to me. I'd be very grateful. Until the next time, bye-bye now.